You're live.
We are live. We live. Sit here.
Hey, no bad day. Shampoo, nigga 12.
Okay, we've got our first joiner.
Hey, no bad day. Shampoo, nigga 12.
Thank you very much. We are having this.
Listen, I'm bringing trap code.
Everyone D12 on the beat.
Yo, let them buy a minute. Yo, let them buy a minute. People, let them buy a
In the meantime, because they are Liberians, we're going to warm up the floor with a Liberian song. So I want to say welcome to you all. And this one is called Mind Your Business.
Hey.
No bad day.
Shampoo, nigga 12. Listen, bringing trap code.
D12.
Yo, let them buy a minute. Yo, let them buy a minute. People, let them buy a minute. You need a buy a minute. Buy a minute. I said buy a minute. You need a buy a damn minute. Buy a minute. I said buy a minute. You need a buy a damn minute. Yo, we were killing dog, now we killing cow. We were killing dog, now we killing cow. You can be like me, I got my own style. Hey, I'm married, I love married, now you're feeling. I can tell it, get rid of your bitch. I give your friend my number, now you're feeling. I keep it down like a bitch. I can get money, now you're feeling. I file my tax, now you're feeling. I found somebody child, now you're feeling. I'm feeling, I've been baby shower, now you're feeling. I'm feeling, getting married, now you're feeling. I'm feeling, only feeling children, now you're feeling. I get it fat, now you're feeling. I get it dry, now you're feeling. My girlfriend give me money, now you're feeling. I give my girlfriend money, now you're feeling. Y'all let them buy a feeling. Y'all let them buy a feeling. People let them buy a feeling. You need to buy a feeling. Buy a feeling, I said buy a feeling. You need to buy a damn feeling. Buy a feeling, I said buy a feeling. You need to buy a damn feeling. Spending money, now you're feeling. They say I left that chain, now you're feeling. You drinking drinks, now you're feeling. How we looking, now you're feeling. Did you drop it, baby, now you're feeling. How you got it, now you're feeling. Make it rain, now you're feeling. No freaking party, now you're feeling. The girlfriend let my video, now you're feeling. The girlfriend let my music, now you're feeling. I can't go out eating hate. So I run away. Maybe you don't let me have my bed. Go get your feeling in my bed. They give it all, everything. We get it call, everything. No freaking bad thing. They will let it out. Y'all will let them buy a billet. Y'all will let them buy a billet. People let them buy a billet. You need to buy a billet. Buy a billet. I said buy a billet. You need to buy a damn billet. Buy a billet. I said buy a billet. You need to buy a damn billet. Well, they never have a barbecue. Buy a billet. The meat that's season cool. Buy a billet. I do work for black. Buy a billet. A wild baby white. Buy a billet. We going live. Buy a billet. I cheating, I'm not cheating. Buy a billet. I'm gonna side chick. Buy a billet. I'm working, I don't work it. Buy a billet. You need to buy a billet. Buy a billet. I said buy a billet.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to some serious business. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to some serious business, okay? Let's get down to some serious business. We have two segments to this program tonight. One was the runoff elections from the Republic of Sierra Leone, to which I've already given my prediction based on analytical analysis. So if you disagree with me, at the end of this program, pick up the phone and call me 07740107250. Okay? But I have predicted that the All People's Congress, according to reports, we don't normally stick our name here. We're not partisan. The report that we've given on the prediction is not based on a knee-jerk or emotional attachment, but rather based on a critical analysis. I could very well be wrong, but this is how I see it, and these are the reports that I'm getting from Freetown. So I predict that the APC might slightly edge. And in fact, I want to add something to this. I want to add a percentage. Between 4 to 6%, the All People's Congress might just take this. Mark my word. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I've got 6 beautiful queens here with me. Liberian Queens, of course. They've got a charity of their own. And, to be charitable is a good thing. So they organize themselves, here, and they are building up a charity which is gaining momentum as we speak. In the meantime, you're going to be hearing the noise of a child in the background, and it's charitable. So we appreciate that. Remember, the noise of a child is the heartbeat of every mother and father, and I believe that we are all mothers and fathers, or most likely, potentially, will be at some point. But in a matter of seconds, if not minutes, I'm going to be introducing them or allowing them to introduce themselves one by one. But they are going to be talking about their charity, which is based here in the United Kingdom, but it's already gaining momentum. They are in Liberia, where they are more focused, and for a very, very good reason. So before I begin to divulge what I want to say about the charity, I will first of all use the occasion to introduce these very, very beautiful, good-looking Liberian queens. I will start with from my right. If you want to introduce yourself, tell people, by the way, you're live. The whole world is watching you. You've got Canada, the United States, Australia, the United Kingdom, Africa, Liberia. You've got a lot of your people are watching you tonight. And so you've got the stage.
Hello, Liberians and the whole world. My name is Nancy Yamasulonte. I'm the director of LISA. The meaning of LISA is Liberian Sister Association. So I'm going to be introducing my sisters. We are 6 in the group. This charity was organized simply for us to get together.
All right, Sister Nancy, thank you so much for introducing yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is Sister Nancy Yamasulonte. She, as you heard it from herself, she's the director of the organization called LISA, which is a union of Liberian sisters in the United Kingdom, promoting a charitable cause. Just by Sister Nancy is another member of the organization, and she will speak for herself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Serena Portu. I'm also part of the charity. I'm a member.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. And just to re-emphasize, that Sister Serena Portu. She's, of course, she's married, by the way, a beautiful sister. Just to make it clear that she's married. And before she got married, she was Serena Derrick. But now she's Serena Portu, and she's doing well. And I will talk about the different backgrounds and professions as well, because maybe at some point, not even today, on a different day, you might have a question or an advice that you may need. But just by Sister Serena is another beautiful Liberian lady who will introduce herself, as you can see.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lucy Derrick, and I'm a member of the charity. I do a lot of the recording, book writing, and whatever.
Okay, you've heard it for yourself, and that's a kind of very, very critical difficult position there. The book writing. Did you hear about the book writing? That's a bit scary, you know. Yeah, the secretary. In other words, she broke down what the secretary does when she talks about book writing and etc. But again, that's Sister Lucy Derrick, you know, yeah, and she is the secretary of the organization, and that's quite a serious and important position to occupy. Just after Sister Serena is another member of the organization. There she is.
Hi guys, my name is Fatia Paul. I'm one of the members of the organisation. I haven't been as active as I would like to be because of uni, but I am here now and I'm doing as much as I can. So yeah.
Okay.
Passing on to my...
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, that's the smallest one in the group. I told you they were all beautiful. Look at them as I look at them on the camera. I told you. She said she was going to be shy, but that did not show any inclination of being shy. But that was a beautiful presentation, and that's Sister Fatu, and welcome to the show. That's the next lady in line, and you want to tell the people who you are, please?
Hello, I'm Gladys Kroma. I'm an active member of LISA, and my husband is the presenter of this radio station. Thank you.
Well, of course, again, ladies and gentlemen, Chief just made me proud, you know, yeah, by announcing, which is a surprise, by the way. I didn't expect her to say that. So, yes, I am indeed the presenter and host of the station, and I am the husband of this beautiful queen. Thank you so much. And that was Sister Gladys Kroma. And we're from Sister Gladys Kroma is...
Hello, my name is Dora Pat. I'm one of the members. Just happy to be here. All right.
Okay. So you've heard it. That's another sister there. Sister Doreen Pratt. Yeah. Champagne. Okay. So in the meantime, these are the 6 Liberian sisters I told you was going to be in the small room. But before we get into the real issue, just warming up the flow again. All right.
You see a holy red cup? No. We're drinking drinks. We're drinking drinks. We're drinking drinks. We're drinking drinks. I'm looking for the old Ali. Remember the new Ali? We're drinking drinks. I will have there. We're drinking drinks. I'm a man for that. We're drinking drinks. Don't forget how to look it. We're drinking drinks. That's how you want to make it. We're drinking drinks. I'm not looking for that. We're drinking drinks. I'm not looking for that. We're drinking drinks. I'm not something for that. We're drinking drinks. I'm not we're drinking drinks. That's what we want to come together. We're drinking drinks. That's what we want to come together. We're drinking drinks. That's what we want to go together. We're drinking drinks. Shout out to the green. We're drinking drinks. Let's see a holy red cup. No, we're not drinking liquor. We're drinking drinks. 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 Talk about the party just started. We're drinking drinks. Everything happy. We're drinking drinks. Free liquor. Free parking. We're drinking drinks. Parking lot. Free parking. We're drinking drinks. See that all Saturday. We're drinking drinks. I can like chill and chill. We're drinking drinks. Everything we see here. We're drinking drinks.
All right. I just want to use the occasion again to welcome a lot of people who are seeing in the chat room, and I hope this will manifest into the reality of this charity group, because there's a good number of you here in the chat room. If we can manifest this into buying tickets and supporting this charity, because to me this is a thing, we know that, so we should support one another, and this is what about networking. And in this regard, I want to thanks for the thumbs up. I want to use this occasion to say thank you to everybody for joining in. I want to also talk about the importance of networking, which is a program that we're going to be talking about soon. In the meantime, while we're going to be talking about this charity, let us not forget about ourselves, how to participate, how to patronize ourselves. There's a brother in the chat room, brothers in the chat room, and that's I'm talking about Mingles. So Mingles Bar, let's support the Mingles Bar because it's an all Sierra Leonean owned. Let's support Cool and Cozy because it's an all Sierra Leonean owned. And it does not mean that only Sierra Leoneans have to go there, but we can use the connections that we have to call other nationals, be they Africans, Europeans, Americans, let them come and patronize, let them see the true self of us, yeah, by their own account. So I want to say thank you to all of you in the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier on, that today we're going to be hosting 6 Liberian queens, and they're going to be talking about their charities. And we've been into it deeply. We've played a couple of 2 Liberian songs. Very interesting and nice songs. You need to listen and you enjoy and like it. Okay? So I will start with the director of the program to tell us what this charity is about. At this point, I call on Sister Nancy Yama Sulonte. Will you please tell the audience and the listening world what your charity is about, please?
Yeah, hello everyone again. Our charity was funded, one of our members have baptized 2013. So how come we came to the house, we decided to fund our charity. And from there on, we're funding ourselves. We are here today to appeal to you guys, our brothers and sisters around the world. We want to go back home. We're trying to help the children back home, especially we have found a school that we're supporting. And our program, our launching program, will be hosted on the 30th of June this year.
Okay, Sister Nancy, we'll come to that. We'll come to that very, very soon. But thanks for letting the world know what your charity is. And what's the name again?
Lisa, that is Liberian Sister Association.
So the name of the charity is Lisa. That's Liberians or Liberian Sister Association. Lisa. So the I is just there to complete it so that it can be pronounceable and more, kind of catchy name. Okay. So that's what you heard. It's a charity. Ladies and gentlemen, let me create this platform. Let me create the narrative, because some of you may not know, but I know the bulk of you does know, because Liberia is a neighboring country. I am kind of emotionally attached to Liberia, which I don't want to go on this program, because that's not what the program is about. But in my wide geographical narrative about countries, probably even beyond Liberia, I'm not a little bit, and Liberia is just part of it. So we know that 1990, the fought a war, and the country is badly destroyed. And for most of the audience here who are Sierra Leoneans, Liberia is far more destroyed than Sierra Leone. There is more a degree of urgency in Liberia than in Sierra Leone. I can say this. It's on the record. If you check the books of the IMF, credible international organization, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and you name it, that's what it is. You will see it there for yourself. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this out of my emotional attachment. So therefore, they need help. And what the sisters have done is they've created a charity to help because it is a situation in which even a drop of sand in the bucket does matter. And what they've done is to go into something more educational, because the root of development is education, is health. So when a nation is healthy and a nation is educated, they do make progress. So I'm asking you to listen keenly to what they're going to say, and that's the name of the organization, Lisa. So I will go on to the second person in the organization to tell us what is the organization really doing at the moment as we speak.
At the moment, we have just identified ourselves at the school for Brainstorm. It's based in Congo Town. Shout out to Brainstorm if anyone's out there listening. So again, this school is a small school. We kind of decided to not go with big school or big brand, because often the smaller schools are the one meeting those
Absolutely.
in need.
Absolutely.
Because I can't send my child to the cathedral because I don't have $200 for the school. We say the school behind the house, I can send my child to that school.
Okay.
So we can support schools like that where they're meeting the most in need children and families. Then we feel that we are getting somewhere. It's just a little bit.
Yep.
But also, our executive director briefly touched on it. Education is a start, and as the presenter just said, it's more, the organization is more focused on education and healthcare as well. So we started with education. We're hoping to go on to healthcare. We've already done bits of charitable work with healthcare. We've donated some
Gloves.
to hospitals around the Ebola time.
Yes.
So, you know, we're getting there, but, you know, we ourselves need help, and we need, you know, to create awareness and, you know, get more people involved as much as possible, really.
Okay, that's brilliantly said, audience. You're listening, Sister Howard DCC. You just joining the program, and I say a very warm welcome from all the way Hackney. Sister Rosalind Bangura, you are a hospital expert. If you're listening, you're listening, not if. You're listening in any way that you can help this charity, medical, you've just heard it from the sister. They've also helped. And that goes back. This is not new. That goes back. We all remember Ebola. We all somehow get emotional when it comes to Ebola because we know how 2 of the countries or 3 of the countries to which we are all kind of attached, either through family or some different ties, business and etc., are kind of attached. So, Sister Rosalind, I know you're an hospital expert. In any way that you can help this charity, I will appeal to you and all of the other people. Let me just acknowledge some people quickly in the chat room. Sister Julia Rogers, Sister Rosalind Bangura, Mohammed Dauda, welcome. Andy Ture, my brother as usual. Samuel Gray, senior player, how are you, my brother? How is the US? Good. Monday Esegu, my brother, how are you? Abraham Joshua Sahi, thank you for rejoining. Of course, we've got bone to crack, but we'll get to that. Ladies and gentlemen, but for now, we are talking about a Liberian association, and you've just heard the sister expand on what the association, kind of stand for and what they have actually done or what they've been doing. So at this point in time, I will go to one of the critical members of the association, that's Madam Lucy Derrick, to probably expand a little bit more on what the association is doing and the projection as to where they want to go, which direction they are heading. So, Madam Lucy Derrick, please.
Hello again. As Serena just touched on, we are planning, we are helping the school brainstorm. I visited the school when I went back home, and the children they really need help. So they did some artwork, some creations that they're using their hands and their fingers. So the school, they are trying to incorporate home economics, we call it, into their education. And the children are doing well because they're using their hands, no machine, no nothing. And the things they made, and maybe next time during our launching, we will put these things on display to help these kids. And furthermore, as Serena was saying, we're going to expand, like go into healthcare. We started like donating gloves during the Ebola time. We would like to do more. We are seeking help from people to help the organization as we do this. That's all.
So you've heard it from Sister Lucy Derrick, who happens to be the Secretary General of the organization, a very critical and important position. So, of course, she didn't mince a word. She said they need help. And in a charity, it's obvious that you need help. Okay? So, before I move on to the next member of the association, I am going to be appealing to you directly, those of you watching the program. I said earlier on that we all kind of attach. There is a strand that runs through every one of us. You see, ladies and gentlemen, about 3 decades ago, about 30 years ago, I attended an event hosted by the Embassy of the Republic of Sierra Leone. That's about 30 years ago, if not more. And the guest speaker at this event was the then Foreign Minister of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Henry Boima Fambule, a well-spoken, soundly educated Liberian. He was the guest speaker at this event at the Republic of Sierra Leone embassy event. What he said then has left a mark or is etched deep down in me since then. That's over 30 years ago. He said, okay, I've always repeated this, or somehow in my brain, like I said, it's etched in my psyche. There is no difference between a Liberian and a Sierra Leonean. I repeat, Dr. Henry Boima Fambule, in his capacity as Foreign Minister of the Republic of Liberia over 30 years ago, attended an event at the Embassy of Sierra Leone in which Dr. Boima Fambole was the guest speaker. These are his words. There is no difference. Of course there is, except you want to get down to the little bit of technicalities. But in the context from which he was speaking at the time, there is no difference between a Sierra Leonean and a Liberian. Only when they speak. In other words, if you see a Liberian, you see a Sierra Leonean, if they stand here, tell me, are you going to state the difference? It's going to be difficult. So only when they open their mouth, because the intonation, the language, it's different. So that's when you will tell. So that's what he said. So somehow we are kind of connected. So I'm using this opportunity to appeal to every one of you to talk, make available if you can to this organization any service that you've got, be it material, cash, or kind. And there's a program coming up which we'll talk about soon. But we want to move on to the next member of the organization to tell us, as we speak today, what is the organization doing? So the next member of the organization, please. So we move on to Madam Gladys. As we speak today, what's the plan of the organization, in which direction are they moving?
At the moment, the plan of the organization, we are planning a fundraising event, which will be on the 30th of June, the last Saturday in June. And I would like you guys to support us, especially the Liberians who are based in the United Kingdom. If they can help us to buy tickets, and then we'll be able to support these kids that we are talking about, that my sister just mentioned, the school in Liberia. These kids need help. And from this fundraising, we'll be able to get something from them to be able to buy school materials like copybook, pencils, pen, and other basic things that they will need in the school, other items. So please, guys, if you can help us and purchase tickets and attend the event, and then that's it.
So there we go. So that's a direct appeal from one of the members of the organization, and she made it clear that there's going to be an event on the 30th of June. So on the 30th of June, there is going to be a fundraising event. So obviously, I don't know all of the tools and flows or what's involved, but it's a fundraising event. So therefore, they are going to be trying to raise money to facilitate or help expedite the process that they've embarked on, which is this charity mission in Liberia. And they are appealing to all of you to somehow be able to help them. And this does not only relate to those of us that are here in the United Kingdom or probably in continental Europe, which is the immediate end of where we are, but they are also using this opportunity because as I look at the chat room, there is a lot of Liberians watching us now, both in the United States and Australia, and they're also appealing to you, whatever way you people can exchange numbers, which probably they're going to do at the end of the program, show their contacts and etc. So you can contact them. This is the art of networking. And this channel is soon going to be coming with a program of networking. It's not one-sided. How we should network to increase our value, to bring quality to our content. So please, as you heard from the last speaker, help to raise the profile of this organization by addressing exactly what they stand for, which is helping Liberian kids from a grassroots level, as you heard from one of the earlier speakers, because the power of educating will start from the grassroots. The effect has to trickle from down up as we understand our various countries. So both in education and in health. So I will then now move on to the next member of the organization to briefly expand on the upcoming event which the earlier speaker talked about. So at this point in time, I will now call on Sister Fatu to talk about the upcoming event or to expand or say much more about the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, Fatu.
Hi guys, not up close please. So as my fellow member explained earlier, the fundraiser will be taking place on the 30th of June 2018. We're selling prices, single prices, £25 per person, and couples are £40 per person. The sales of the ticket will probably be sometime next week. So if you would like to contact Mr. Prince for any tickets when they come out, feel free to do that. So on the night, we'll hopefully be auctioning some of the things that the kids have made back home. So we've got some purses, and we've got some, I think these are pop mats.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not cutting it off. I'm getting a bit emotional because, as you can see on the display camera, these are items actually made by these little pupils back home. They made these things, and these things are going to be up for auction. These are handmade things made by these kids themselves. How much more can you appreciate this, ladies and gentlemen? And there is much more. Yeah, carry on, please.
Yeah, so we'll like to hope that you guys will come out on the 30th of June and support the cause. All the money will be going back home to help the kids in the school, hopefully for some books and some other things that are of importance. So yeah, we hope you guys will be there. There will be some free food, first alcoholic drink free, and we'll have soft drink free the whole night. So
is there a contact number? Is there a website? Is there an email address that possibly people who want to contact you can use? Like a contact number? Is there a contact number?
Yeah,
any contact number from any one of you members in the meantime?
I think Auntie Nancy, I think.
Okay, can we move on to the director? Okay.
You can still call your number up now.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we can have, okay, they don't have the contact number now. Is there anything like a website? Is there anything, okay, Sister Serena wants to say something regarding contact? The contact is important because people are watching you now, and immediately after this program, they would like to get in touch. So if you want to contact, I don't know your number, I just asked to you one day, you said no. And,
I said yes.
Okay, that's fine. Serena wants to contribute.
Take my contact number is 079 8383 6970.
So can we repeat that again? It's 7079 83 69 70.
And can I also just add what my fellow members...
So ladies and gentlemen, I've just put up a contact number of the association up on the bulletin for all of you to see. If you need to contact this organization for whatever reason, that's a point of contact there. It's on the chat room for you to have a look. Yeah, carry on, please.
Just to add what my fellow members just mentioned, even though all of these products are going to be on sale on the night, we would really appreciate also those that are living in the UK. We are happy to post these out to you. If you want to purchase them, we can post them out to you, obviously at a fee, but you know, you don't feel like you have to miss out on them because there's loads of amazing stuff that the kids make, and it will really add, you know, like the pop mags will really add a little snazz or style to your keychain, or you know your you know the purse. You know, you're going out. You know, it's nice evening bag. You know, it's something different from what you're used to. So, and it's a good cause. So you know.
So you heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a reasonable price as well.
Okay. Okay. The sisters are beginning to flow in the elements. You've heard the sister. Wherever you are in the world, okay, if you want to make a contribution by purchasing one of these items made by the hands of the very people that you're going to be helping, and I repeat, made by the hands of the very people that you are going to be helping, contact them. I've just put a contact number on the in the chat room. Contact them wherever you are in the world. Just provide your address. It will be posted to you. Sometimes we've got attachment to these things, and they are made by the very kids whom you are going to be helping. I hope people will respond in kind. Sister Nancy also wanted to make a contribution. So at this point in time, Sister Nancy, what have you got to say, please?
Yeah, I just want to say briefly about the school, because it's not only about pencil and writing and things like that. It's about the school is not really built yet. The children are sitting in the open place. Only the roof, half of the main thing, what you call
The building is there.
The building is just a foundation. You put the roof on top, so we really need to help.
Equipment,
Yes.
Windows and doors.
Yeah, so building will be complete building. So that's my main concern, because when it's raining, the rain is flashing on the children and the seat and all of that, chairs and tables and all of that. So that's my main.
So if we will understand this, well, ladies and gentlemen, what they are saying is there is an unfinished project back home as part of the entire project. They've got a school, first of all, that they are helping. And of course, it trickles from the bottom-top approach. So they're helping somebody from the bottom, the most needy. And there's an unfinished school, as usual, with charities of this nature. So they are appealing to you, whichever way you can help. Please don't forget to contact the number I've just put it there. The association is called Lisa, and there's a contact number there. Okay? Mamadou Falilu Jallo, thanks for joining in. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to connect with the number that is there. This is serious, and I'm going to end their program in about 2 minutes. We said we were going to give them between 20 and 30 minutes. That's how talking goes. It's already 35 minutes. So I'm going to give them 5 minutes of closing time, and then we can move on to the main item. And then I will recap the entire program. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will start in a reverse order. So I go straight to Madam Doreen. Doreen, are you going to tell us what are your expectations? What do you think? How do you want people to help you? Just free flow. Just talk about your association. It's nothing specific. Just tell people what you expect, of your association and how people should help. What do you think?
On the 30th, we are having our fundraising, and we'll invite people from the camp over to help. We're going to have some raffle and so many things. So feel free to come on our fundraising. That's it. Thank you.
All right. You heard it from Sister Dory.
Please
She is
come and
appealing,
us.
and that's Sister Gladys. I mean, all of them basically are appealing to support. Last word.
Yes, we hope you guys will come out and support us. It's for a good cause.
Even if you don't turn up, you can still contribute.
If you want to help and you want to be a part of the organisation, we'll really appreciate if you come out and show some love for the kids back home. Thank you. Thank you.
So that's the critical word there. If you want to show some love, imagine, that's heavy. If you want to show some love, and it's about kids. So love and kids, you make the decision yourself. Sister Lucy?
Yes, please come on, join us. Come on, buy tickets and come and help these children. June 30.
When the tickets are out, we'll let Mr. Kroman know.
So June 30 is a critical date in this young organization. They've been around for a little while, and this is their jump start. And they're going to be needing the support of every one of you. For all those that have followed me from the beginning of my program, which are in the hundreds, we've got videos that are trending up to 3,000 people. They only need about 150 people. So 3,000 people, just take 150 people. I'm sure this is going to be a slam dunk for the organization if we can only look at from my perspective, my prism. Okay, so they are appealing to you. The date is going to be on the 30th of June, and they've got tickets that are going to be coming up soon. And in my other broadcasts that are going to come after this, every other time from today on, I'm going to be talking about the association and etc. So again, Sister Serena, last word.
I would like to thank Mr. Krumah and the Denenau team for inviting us on. Shout out to them. We also would like
all those who are watching.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in. And we are looking forward to your support. And thank you so much in advance as well. And just, show some love for these kids, honestly. Not just these kids, show some love for our home. I know, as he said in the beginning of the program, we're like we're all one people, and if anything, we're brothers and sisters. We're so close sometimes we get mistaken for the same people. So, this is our children, it's our charities, it's your charities. Why not? It might not be Serenum, but we're all one. We're all one. As people say, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. This is we are asking you to scratch our backs right now.
Next door neighbor, please.
Absolutely.
It's not just all about Liberians, but other nationalities. You can still help us.
Yes,
we are all one.
And you heard it. To me, that's the bomb. That is the high pressure bomb. That is the 1,000-pound bomb. We are all one. So in terms of networking, it's you, me, you, vice versa, whichever way you want to see it. Because you just heard it again. It's like scratch my back. That analogy is deep. It's like scratch my back, I scratch your back, as the Englishman will say, and that goes really, really deep. So that you've heard it. And finally, a final word from Sister Nancy, the Executive Director of the Association.
Hello again. We'll be giving you some feedback. We're going to be giving the details of the time we visited the school last year and to the present time. We're going to be sending you some videos after the program, the fundraising, and we're going to be sending you we're going to be putting our account details, our friends and family, and the Liberians and everybody from around the world. If you want to make donation, the next program of Mr. Nkrumah going to be putting our bank details online. So if you want to make donation, that's going to be available for you. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for your support, Mr. Nkrumah. Thank you for the community. This is what we're looking for. Somebody who will be there to tell the world who we are. So we are so grateful, and we're looking forward to you to come that day and support us. Thank you, everybody, my sisters as well, for contributing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the Liberian sisters themselves. Just to recap, on what they've been saying. And this is it. It's really critical to understand that this is about charity, okay?
See, that's funny.
And what you say is they call a charity of their own, and they come up with a program. Charity normally means helping others that are vulnerable, helping others by far more than you can imagine. You are better off than. Not in that kind of degrading way, because we are all just, for some reason, not equal. Some can afford, others can't. Let me make it simple. Some can eat meat, others just can't afford it. And that's what we're talking about. And there are people who just can't. And when charities come up, this is exactly what they're looking for. So this is what this charity is about. And like I said, I am going to be putting them on my show every other day of the day that I broadcast till the day itself, which is the 30th of June. They are having their program. I'm going to be advertising them. I'm going to be vociferous. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be saying it as it is. And I'm going to be very attacking in terms of trying to sell them tickets. Because anything for a good cause, I stand with it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from the beautiful queens that I promise you. The Liberians, they've made their case. You're in Australia, you're in Canada, you are in New Zealand, wherever part of the world you're in. Whether it be Liberian, Sierra Leonean, Guinean, and Nigerian, the 16 countries of ECOWAS, or beyond ECOWAS, I'm asking you to support this charity. In the coming weeks, we will be putting up the contact details and thank you so much. Now we move on to the real topic of the day, the election of the year. Well, in the meantime, let's get some Liberian stuff. Oh, that's Annie Dixon calling all the way from the United States. All the way from the United States, we've got a sister calling. All the way from the United States, we've got a sister calling. Sister Annie Dixon, all the way from United States, Providence Island. We're almost closing your Liberian show, but you've called, so we'll entertain your call. How are you, my dear sister?
Happy Easter.
All right, Annie, we are sort of a little bit apologetic that we did not call you. Absolutely. Of course. We sort of feel with you. We are with you. And I mentioned the family earlier on. I wish everybody a happy Easter. I just had your sister, daughter, Sila, and all the rest of the Liberian sisters were on the channel earlier on. And they were talking about their program that's coming up. Maybe you might be in London by the time, or you can use the opportunity in Rhodes Island to advertise their charity to other Liberians that are there, so that you can form like a pack, like a group to be strong. A house divided cannot stand. If you come together, you can be really strong. So that's what we're talking about. But I'm happy to hear from you, and I hope all is well.
But I think
That's true. That's true, Chokuma. That's very true. That is very true. Yeah, that's very true. But what I'm going to do, I'm in the studio right now, and me and you, we are everybody around the world is hearing us. So I'm going to call you later. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, you're live. I'm going to. Yeah.
I enjoy the program when you God is wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Anybody in life. I can be so happy when you speaking and so on. You speak well, very well, you learn good book, and I hope everything, all that you. I'm so happy.
No worries, Choshima. Don't get too emotional now. Let's leave that before you start crying. So let's leave that. I will call you back. Let me just deal with my audience quickly, then I will call you back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, then. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was another call, and that came from the United States in a place called Providence Island, Rhode Island in Providence. Earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, you had a group of Liberian sisters. They've got a group which is called LISA, and they are a charitable organization. To be charitable is a good thing. It's a good virtue. We all were told when we were younger, coming up, you know, to be charitable, because to give is a good thing. To give those who can give back is a good thing. So I'm urging you, please support this charity. In the weeks and days to come, I will put up their programs. They're expecting a big program coming up, which is their first. Remember, in an emotional way now, when a child is beginning to learn how to walk, this is what it is for them. This is their first big time program, and they are organizing it on the 30th of June, and they will be counting on you, and you've got to help them somehow. Today, we cannot say that this video, the quality or the contents of this video is very, very professional, of course, because we had it in a family kind of atmosphere. So you could hear baby cries on the other side. The camera man was not here, so we had a camera girl, and that's my daughter playing that role. So you don't expect it to be perfect. She's only 12. So the twist and turn and bumpy and maybe the loss of audio. But again, like I was saying, thank you so much, and I'll be telling you more about this as we move on. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving towards the end of the real topic that we had. We're almost on the hour mark. It's 12 minutes to an hour. And we'll run this for the next exactly 42 minutes. That will make it an hour and 30 minutes, in which I'll make my concluding statements. I've already made my predictions in terms of the recently held presidential and general elections in Sierra Leone, based on the analysis, nothing emotional, nothing whimsical, nothing lackadaisical. It's just based basically on the analytical basis of what I'm hearing, the reports that I'm seeing and listening to. That's what I've based my analysis on, that there is a possibility, a real possibility, that the All People's Congress, the ruling party, will most likely, ladies and gentlemen, lead the nation into the next elections. And I mean into the next government. And I gave the reasons why. When we started this, I'm just recapping. When we started this back in March 7, it was as required by the Constitution to be a 55% win for the next government to be formed. It turned out that none of the parties, especially the duopoly of SLPP and APC, won either the 55%. So therefore, there was a tie. In Europe, in the United Kingdom, we call it a hung parliament. Other places, they resort to something called a runoff. They went into a runoff, and that runoff became a bit dramatical. But in the end, the situation prevailed, in which whatever happened came to where we are today. That runoff has now been held, even though postponed from the 27th, it now became the 31st, and that runoff was held. And my analysis is the APC seem to be edging towards victory. Do you agree? That's the question. The APC seem to be edging towards victory in my analysis. Do you agree? We've got roughly about 30 nominees in this program. The number to call if you disagree or agree, 07740107250. And this is Prince Roma, your host and presenter. Don't forget the comments, please. I want to see your comments. Negative, positive. This is my analysis of the situation. Okay? You don't have to agree with me. You may not agree with me. But whatever the case is, just let me know. What do you think? Or let the listening public know. What do you think? Okay? I've already said what I wanted to say, and I've said it. I've done a prediction. We don't normally do it here, but sometimes you have to put your reputation on the line. But even though I've done this, but it's with critical analysis and a degree of measure analysis. I've taken my time. I've looked into it deeply. It's not like I couldn't go wrong, because the question can equally be asked, who am I? But that's what I've said today. Okay? That's what I've said today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to you all for joining this program. Kamara Toure Medan, welcome, my friend. Emzo Fofana, my brother, thanks for staying. And just seeing you in the channel alone and the comments that you've just made, you've just given me another degree of hope to continue saying what I'm saying. It's based on analysis. Sekujo, if you are still around, your analysis is always appreciated. I am not going by stories of Chinese whispers. You know Chinese whispers? No, I'm not interested in that. I am a realist. I've said what I wanted to say. I've provided the background and the analysis. Do you agree or don't you? If you don't, put it in the chat room if you don't have a direct conversation with me. In the chat room, and I will kind of respond. Yes, Emzo, your wish, I appreciate that, brother. Your wish is different from the reality. But in this case, your wish seems to be what most likely looks like the reality, which is, by virtue of the analysis, there is a possibility, hugely, I repeat, and listen to the stress, hugely, that the All People's Congress might just edge the SLPP away from power. When I say from power, the APC are the one having power, but if they were to lose, then of course the SLPP are going to take power. So that's stopping the SLPP from taking power. That's not what I wish for, because all I'm asking for is for the reality to prevail. It's for justice to prevail. It's for the will of the people to prevail. That's what I'm asking for. Okay? On this note, it seems like I've said a lot. I've spoken a lot, you know. I've been talking for the last 3 hours. I talk about songs. I introduce some Liberian sisters. And earlier on, a brother asked, you know, because I said I was going to be playing Innocent and why I like Innocent. And if you go to video 1 of this production, you will see what I said. And he asked, I hope you're going to be playing Emerson or LAJ. Well, we don't shy away from playing who we're supposed to play. We don't shy away. So, my brother, of course, this is the then and now. And welcome to right here, your host and presenter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'm really having fun in the studios because that's how it should be. We ramp up the tension, and for good reasons, but it's about time that we unwind, that we bring the tension down. And these are just facts. So when they play all the songs, LJ is somebody they play, of course, they've been direct at the ruling party. There's no if and but about it. And somebody else, I hope so you go play it. But I've just played it. And that reflected the time and the expectation of LJ. Waiting at a position now. So we get to be careful. That's why we have to be careful in when we do broadcast or we get free platforms like this for air reviews, with opinions, and etc. We have to be careful. We have to be calculated. We have to be measured. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we'll not measure the president in position where he take because we don't talk about that already. This is now one of the few channels that we talk about the blame game. The blame is squarely rests on the foot of the president, His Excellency Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, for reasons best known to the Sierra Leonean people. There's no need for go waste time there because we'll be not talking done. So the president begin for take measure for begin for unwinding things in there because he must have sat in his quiet time or within officers then or advisors then and realize that the end game is near. You know, so actions need to be taken for try for erase. If not eradicate, which is very, very strong, but at least for temper down, because in one of the people that we call for that anyway, the rhetoric, that tribalism, the direction where they think they go, and as father of the nation, this is the responsibility. And he do that in series of tapes, beginning with that speech up to the thing where he talked a few days ago. Okay? Say, when you're not going to be chairman for life, etc. Because that was not generally accepted. But I'm not going to go into that because we don't talk about that already. But somebody may talk about the songs there. So we'll play the songs there. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been a brilliant run of events from the March 7 up to this day. And I've got no regret so far. What they get from the background sounds really, really good. There are commendations. Of course, there are criticisms from all sides. But when we sit down, when the dust will have settled, and then we realize exactly what did this guy do, how he do what he do, how he say what he say, and etc. I'm not saying that I was perfect because, of course, there are things that I would have done or could have done better, but I've already done them. If it wronged you, I say it was in line with my duty as the position where I've been tried for portraying myself in as a broadcaster. It was nothing really, really personal, ladies and gentlemen. It was nothing really personal. This was just me, okay? This was just me. So the process don't come to an end. We Sierra Leoneans then, we really need for unite. We really, really need for unite. Okay? Before I close my final word, for the satisfaction of the many people who ask, I'll go play one of their requests. Okay?
And now, right from the hustle's mouth, you mentioned that when you saw the stage, my company's glad, dirty on that day, nothing was unforgivable. Who or what will you want to endure? But I'm just, I want election comes. 99 silent. You want how the country go on the other side, and now it's happening to forget. Once I see me in the market, it's a road, don't pray.
Okay. Every beginning has got an end. In this world, nothing remains static. So the end has come in many respects. Not only for this program, but a process will begin March 7th. We cannot say the same thing again that we've said today. Because the reason why we say what we say today was based on what the issue was on yesterday. People may ask for different reasons and different take. I think we've provided them. Still, we're not a man, we're not human beings, so we can fall short of expectations. Today, we boldly predict. I mean, that's a hard thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. We avoid this all along, based on critical analysis along the way, and build up the crescendo up to where we live. We're not trying to obfuscate any facts other than give to the people there as exactly as it is. We're not self-prevaricating. No, we're not. We try to avoid that. We try to erase emotional attachment, even though some of us may have connections. But we try to be real to the Sierra Leonean people. But that process, it ended yesterday, and as we await the result today, we decide to go live to make a bold prediction. What more can we do? And today, we say that from what we hear and we create the ground, the platform, the analysis. Say there's a likelihood that the ruling party might edge the opposition party. Because one thing we need to understand is it's no longer that delegate or that, there's a way I always describe. I can't hardly describe it. But it's much more about the now as opposed to the then. Then it's gone, now we see it. What is it now? It's about numbers. It's about turnout. It's about individual turnout. And that number they in the crunch. So it's a different ballgame altogether. And from the indication, it seems like APC has got the champagne on the ice. We don't still reflect, the reports are conflicting and social media is buzzing. But I've just said my piece. And I want to rest in peace. So that I shall say no more on this. So I don't come out with a prediction today. It's not whimsical. It's not lackadaisical. It's not emotional. It's rather based on waiting at things like now analytics. Well, impossible for that, but this is how I see it. Ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you to every one of you now. Okay? Because it seems like the time don't reach for move on. It's not like we are abandoning salon politics. Of course, we will be in salon politics. We will talk about that. We will talk about the formation of the new government, whichever it turns out to be, but my prediction is still going to be the All People's Congress, the new party, the new configuration of ministers, etc. If not APC by the prediction win, what they will have done for self-evaluate themselves, because this was a real test. And SLPP run them. It came close. Had it not been the runoff, the story would have been different. We do not really mind. Whichever party come, I flow with any party we come. And this is critical again, ladies and gentlemen. I flow with any party we come. My connection is Sierra Leonean. Not red, not green, Sierra Leonean. And as an authority in public places, because now they are getting strength, I can work with anybody. And I'm happy to take up that call when and if they come. So not only the business now, because I could have done it if I wanted to. Yeah, but I'm not even going to go that way before other people let me categorize now. Just see what I've been doing. And I enjoy so much what I've been doing. But now we're going to go into a different path. We might take a chance into geopolitics, the United Nations. How does it function? Why it function, how it function? The disparity between rich and poor, race, discrimination, diasporans. There is so much. I already know they say this. This is not new. But probably in the next broadcast, we might blend them a little bit, because by the first, not the first Sunday rather, the second Sunday in this month, we might most likely be talking about the configuration of the new government. Yes. So we'll talk about it briefly, but I'm not going to dedicate my time to it any longer. Rather, I will mix up with something else in the general direction where we go. It's not only about Sierra Leonean politics. When I read from the beginning of part 1, I welcome some brothers then from Poland, from Romania, we've got them here. So we need to talk about other geopolitical issues, international law, the international rule-based system, how 500 years of European jurisprudence is under threat, because that thing we will know, innocent until proven guilty, is now being questioned because of certain political things. How to separate politics away from the reality on the ground. So there's much more for us to talk about. Of course, I can go on and on and on and on. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll use this opportunity for saluting all. Okay? I want to use this opportunity for salute everybody will participate in this program. Let us not forget to Liberian sisters that will be in this program tonight. We've been talk about the charity when they do back home. And the appeal to owner, let we supply, let we help them, let we battle them in any kind of way we can. And I have no inkling as to which direction this will go, other than for say, and no say, we will support them. It sounds like a contrast, no inkling as to which direction it will go, but we will support them. Now language not the talk. Okay? Dear, now we help them. Because forgive is a good thing. And I've been very proud because this now our very first commercial na this channel. This now our very first commercial na this channel. And God willing, more commercial will come. We will go advertise people and shop them, Peckham, East London, North London, or other events and when they come up, where we stand for. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you and thank you. Like I say, just like the election process itself, every good thing must come to an end. In this world, in the nature of science, nothing remains static. So the election process, it don't come to an end. Now the final results to be pronounced by the constituted authority, because most of we don't hear the exit. So we don't form an opinion around them. Forget about what in social media they see, because there's a lot of it which is misleading. And there's a lot of innuendos. Okay, there's a lot of ad hominem. And we don't go resort into that. We want to talk about reality. So until the constituted authority make the announcement, we don't make a prediction done. And we don't say, na inge for be anyhow, but that's how we see it. But again, thank you very much. And please, 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 let us stay together as a people is quite important. As a close, the fuse of a dynamite is insignificant. But when lit, it is powerful. Very powerful, like in cause or rock a nation. The digits, as I say them, and I quote the late Malcolm X now, singularly, individually, themselves, they look insignificant. Look the last finger. This could be insignificant for what you want to do. Either the midex, the thumb, or the first finger. They all can be insignificant. But when you fold the fist together, I'll leave this with you. Imagine. Imagine. Good night.
Love and harmony. That's what I want for you and me. Unity. Love and harmony. That's what I want for you and me. Peace and unity. What you want, we've been fighting. Time now for uniting. Come, let's get together. Start loving one another. Love and harmony. Yes, I want for you and me. Peace and unity. Love and harmony. That's what I want for you and me. Peace and unity. We are one people. What we're fighting for. We must come together and love. Princess, I look for you. If you need a seat, it's not just for my day. Access reality, because they cannot feel. What I'm saying,